Lauren Bolander.
And I'm Ed Carpenter.
And this is Up to Speed. All right, Ed, I feel like one of the things that we've noticed is there's lots of kind of racing legacies, racing families that kind of are, among IndyCar series. And really, we don't talk a whole lot about the fact that you come from a pretty strong racing family as well. Is this something that you always knew you'd be part of?
Absolutely. I started racing when I was 8 years old and fell in love with it automatically. And definitely anybody that's from a racing family or that's new to the sport, it's definitely something that gets in your blood. So when it's something you grow up with, it's really hard to not end up being a part of it. So I'm a little different than some of the Foyts, Andretti's, Ray Halls, where I have a different last name. So I'm a little bit of a sleeper when it comes to the whole racing family situation.
That's right, everyone kind of realizes it now, but it just seems like it's not as obvious to everyone. And another way you're different from them is, yeah, you got into racing at a young age just like they did, but you also kind of took a different path. You decided to be a student. You kind of took your time away from the track too, but still you came back to it as a profession.
Yeah, absolutely. That was before racing always came school. That's just the way how my mom raised me. So when I was growing up, I didn't really like it. I wish I could have just gone racing all the time. But looking back, it's definitely made me who I am today, and I'm really grateful that I got my education.
Yeah, well, you're obviously really well-rounded in that regard. But do you think even as a career, maybe out of the car, is racing what it's always going to be for you?
Obviously being a race car driver is what I want to do, and it's what I'm going to do for as long as I can. But still, like I said, racing's in my blood. So once I'm done driving, I'm not going to go on and get a desk job somewhere. I'm going to be involved with racing and, hopefully still be at the racetrack. Yeah.
Do you have any specific ambitions for that? Maybe just being a team owner?
Well, obviously I've been a big part of Vision Racing since we started in 2005. So, obviously I'd love to be a part of that, after I'm done driving and turn that into a long-standing, successful team.
Right. Well, speaking of family, I suppose, right now you have McKenna. That's all right, because girls are in race cars now too. Are you going to encourage the kids, with your ever-growing family, of course, to kind of get into this as well?
I'm not going to shove it down their throat. I'd like to show them. Obviously, they're going to be around racing, and it's going to be hard for that not to happen. But I want to expose them to other sports and let them pick what they want to do. I don't want to just assume they're going to be involved in racing. See what type of people they are, what type of students they are, athletes, and just see where life leads them.
Well, like you said, I guess your parents pushed education, so they weren't really typical racetrack parents. So I suppose maybe you and Heather will sort of take the same approach.
Absolutely. I'd much rather them get involved in another sport than racing. Racing can be such a hard life. I love it, but there's a lot of downtime in this sport. So I don't know if I want to pay for it, and I don't know if I want to put them through it.
Right. Very good point. So for now, it's all racing all the time. You're not going to maybe switch and be a full-time carpenter, so to speak. That's always plan B or C out there. I'm quite the handyman, so I can always fall back on that. I've got a marketing degree. I can fix up houses, so desk job, construction job, I've kind of got my bases covered. Well, Ed, thanks for your time. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, this is IndyCar.com. I'm Lauren Bolander with Ed Carpenter, and now you are up to speed.